Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Beyond Sports Podcast, where we BS about sports. Starting off, let's wish everybody a happy New Year's.
Yeah,
it is New Year's Day today, so
well, when we're recording this,
recording when we're recording, it'll go up like 2 days later, 2-3 days later. But anyway, let's get into it. We're gonna do this episode a little different. We're gonna go AFC playoff picture first. So Broncos and Chiefs played today. Broncos lost to the Chiefs 24-27, keeping our number one seed hopes alive. We need Monday to go our way, though.
Yeah.
We do. Gotta have them Bengals. We got to cheer for the Bengals.
Yeah. God.
All right, Bengals.
Oh, you don't. You cheer for the tie.
You cheer for the tie.
Cheer for the tie. Go tie. Go tie. We're all cheering for it. Good tie.
Yeah. Big tie.
Sure, everybody.
Big tie.
Are we talking? Are we starting with Chiefs Broncos here? That we're talking.
Yeah.
Since it needed to win it just to keep our hopes alive. As Tim already said, I'm with us.
Jared McKinnon became the first player in, I think they said, the Super Bowl era to have a receiving touchdown in 5 straight games as a running back.
As a running back, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The dude's been on fire. Dude's a red zone target. Who knew? Who knew Jarek McKinnon was our missing red zone target?
Right.
Right. As soon as our biggest red zone target and T. Kels kind of goes cold in the red zone, he shows up huge for us.
Yeah, I was like, really, the last five weeks, Jarek McKinnon's been irreplaceable.
Really has
what he
been.
brings, obviously he's not the number one running back. He's not our top.
But he
receiver.
doesn't gotta be, man. He doesn't gotta be because Pacheco
what
got
he does
that.
Is perfect.
And
He makes people miss.
He's just got to make the plays he's been making.
Exactly. That's all we need from him.
We need him to go out and make 3 or 4 plays a game.
Yeah. Have a couple good screen plays to him a game.
Yeah, so turn around and catch the wide open screen.
Yeah, man. I mean, on that one play where they were just, I think they may have been on the second touchdown of his. Maybe it was the first one out where it was just a screen pass to the right. It's one to the right. You saw them bring, dudes in from like the other way, like pressure from the other side. And he just slipped right out. Like McKinnon just slipped right out. There's nobody there. Like they had pushed back all of their defenders, gone into, like soft zone back and left him wide open, man.
Yeah.
PB's gone. PB
He said he had to step away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll continue on. Yeah.
His
Mahomes had 3 tutties, 29 for 42, 328.
The discussion's over, right? He's got 5,000 yards for 40 passing TDs, 3 more on the ground.
The discussion was over 3 weeks ago, man.
Yeah.
But
really was.
nobody.
Don't tell Pete.
I know, dude.
Jesus.
Has anybody done that and not won MVP? Like,
No, and that's the thing. There's nobody else even in the conversation.
not at this point. There's not because
you would have to have 2 nubs on your arms to count on your fingers how many QBs have been snubbed of an MVP with that.
Well, I mean, Drew Brees had Drew
Brees
Brees threw for 5,000 yards 5 times, and I think he got 1 MVP maybe.
Drew Brees never won MVP.
There you go.
But did he ever throw for over 40 touchdowns? And was he doing it in years where, like, he just happened to do it the year Manning, threw his 55 or
Yeah,
Brady
I think that was the
50,
problem is like,
or,
he was always like,
was he just
putting up
doing
big
it?
years, but they were always like a second best.
Yeah.
Exactly. What was Drew? How many touchdowns did he throw those years? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, that's the other thing too. Like he had other dudes that were kind of close to him doing similar things, like, putting up huge touchdown numbers if they weren't putting up exactly as many yards. And like Drew Brees was putting up a lot of, like, was putting up 5,000 yard seasons, but he wasn't blowing the doors off the competition the way Mahomes has this year. Like the next closest dude is like 400 or 500 yards off of him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, I think it might be Burrow in yards, perhaps.
It's either Burrow or Allen.
I don't know, man. No, we have to dig into it. But yeah, the discussion is over. Like that's, come on, man. 5,000 yards.
Yeah,
I think
mean, at this point,
43
I don't even
total
know that
touchdowns right now. Get the fuck
Like,
out.
if he went out through like 4 or 5 picks against the
What?
Raiders, maybe.
What was the question about yards?
Oh,
QB yards?
I mean, my question was, has anybody thrown 5,000 yards, 40 plus touchdowns, and not won an MVP? And he
Oh,
did
well,
that, and he just did that in a 16 game span, right? Like it's not like,
Yeah.
oh well, you know, with the extra game. It's like
yeah. Did he get to 5,000 today?
Yeah, he's at 5,048. So, and the next closest
40.
is a Tom Brady with
And he would have just hit
4,610.
40 touchdowns today, right?
Yes,
yeah.
he's at 40 and 12, 40 tutties and 12 interceptions.
Let's see, Burrow. Although Burrow will probably, oh no, he won't surpass Brady, or he might. I mean, he could with
He
a really
needs
good game.
400 yards basically.
Yeah, he could with a good game.
Yeah, Josh
Allen's-
Allen's way down the list.
Yeah,
so-
Josh Allen just is well,
He's
but he
under
hasn't played
Geno
this
right
week.
now. Well, yeah, he hasn't played yet, but
He hasn't played what, so
Yeah, I don't
I
want to
mean,
say
if he gets 400 yards,
100%
that
that
still
it's
only
not.
puts him in fourth. And that
So,
depends on what Joe Burrow
we're-
does. So
P, we're talking about how the MVP race is done for, and like there's just nothing like.
Yeah.
Do you know of a quarterback who has thrown 5,000 yards and 40 plus touchdowns and not won an MVP? And we're thinking maybe Drew Brees if he had like
Drew
one of those.
Brees, I think. But I
But
don't,
did he? We
I
don't
don't
know
think
about
he'd had the 50
touchdowns.
touchdowns ever in his career,
Yeah.
did he?
well,
Not
40.
50, but we're talking about 40.
Yeah.
But we
And
were
yeah, I mean, that might have
discussing
been-
whether or not he might have still been second to like a Peyton Manning when he did throw for 5,000 yards.
Because I mean, Drew
Is he-
Brees has a lot of 5,000. His doesn't
He
he have
did
the
it 5
most?
times.
He does.
Yeah,
I mean,
by
Matt
a
Stafford
lot.
does too. Matt Stafford's got a bunch of 5,000
Yeah.
yards as well.
But Stafford,
Drew Brees has 5, and then Brady has 2.
now Mahomes.
Mahomes now has 2, and there was somebody else. I don't think it was Stafford.
Was it
One-
Manning?
No, because I think Peyton only threw for 5,000 one time.
Yeah,
That
I
was
was say could only
Denver.
been that once.
Let's see, because I just went to a random year. 2011, Aaron Rodgers won the MVP. But Drew Brees threw for 5,476 yards, 46 touchdowns. And
Oh, and he did it
14
the next year.
interceptions.
Dude, he did it the next year too. He had 5,177 yards and 43.
How did Aaron
touchdowns.
Rodgers win it this year? Well, he
He
threw
won. That was in
45.
2012. Who won it in 2012?
What was the Saints records that year? Because he did that
True.
shit on bad Saints teams.
Because he almost had 1,000 more yards than Aaron. But
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers threw 45 touchdowns and 6
Was-
interceptions.
Peyton Manning was 2013, right?
Who
was-
about right?
Who was 2012?
There, I got you.
Was that
2012
Adrian
MVP was
Peterson?
Adrian Peterson.
When he had the 2000.
Oh, Adrian Peterson's year. And man, and Drew Brees had 5,000 yards and 43 TDs.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, it was because
So-
Peterson broke the rushing record, didn't
And
he?
it
But
wasn't, he was coming
nobody's-
off the injury too.
Yeah,
Oh,
he came
yeah.
off that was a crazy year.
He didn't break the record. He came 7 yards short.
So
Let's move off Broncos Chiefs. I think
no, I
we've,
wait. There's still so much to say about that game. Our defense, what the hell? Our special teams, what the hell?
I was gonna say, I mean, I would rather
Our-
us talk about our special teams. What the hell? Because I think
Yeah.
our defense,
Our defense did okay at times.
Did okay
right?
at
The defense
times,
was its up and down stuff. You know what?
they got
All
a
right,
couple
continues to be-
takeaways.
You gotta give the defense a little bit of credit
Some
because
good
that
pressure.
was Russ played well.
And I want to.
But that's the thing. Russ has played
I
well.
want to stop using the blanket statement, the defense, because the defensive line continues to play well every fucking week.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
They
linebackers
did pretty good.
continue-
There were times when Russ
Linebackers
had a lot
continue
of
to play
time.
well every week. The secondary continues to suck fucking balls.
Safeties played well today. I thought
They did all right at times. They also
they
got
did well at tackling today.
sure.
And like Cook made a couple plays. He had a deflection out
Cook
there.
actually does look a little better, right? Look,
Thornhill
Cook
looked pretty
doesn't look too
solid
bad,
today, and
but he's also a rookie, and we need our other guys to look.
I would say Reed looked meh.
I at
He
least
had one
saw.
good play,
I
and
at
then-
least heard Justin Reed's name called today in a
Yeah,
play.
he had a
so-
pressure,
Right?
good pressure on
He did.
one play.
Okay.
George Karlaftis continues to rise.
Yeah, I
Love it.
loved the Trent McDuffie forced a fumble that George Karlaftis recovered.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, ooh, first round takeaway right there.
That's right, man.
2 first-round picks
Our
on that
first
one.
rounder, yeah.
I'm still waiting
Sneed.
for McDuffie to get that first INT.
I know, me too.
I think if I remember right, he had another opportunity today that just kind of.
Yeah, he did. I think that the ball was thrown almost right to him. He just didn't notice how
Yeah.
badly the ball was overthrown. He was playing the receiver
Mhm.
on that one. But it was one that you watch on replay, like, oh, if you would have just got your fucking hands up, that's going the other
Yeah.
way.
The best though, defensive player yet again, maybe. And the closeout play, the guy who does it when we need him to, absolutely, Chris Jones.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah.
4th and 2, we got to have it to win the ball game. Motherfucker comes through. It's not the first time he's done it this year either.
He's not going to win it, but I'd be surprised if he doesn't get 1 or 2 first place votes for defensive player of the year.
But yeah, special teams.
Special teams got to get that shit figured out.
It doesn't
again,
seem
it
to
was a-
matter who we put back there. They just
Yeah,
seem to-
I guess it was a block, not a shank on the 50-yard field goal,
Yeah.
but still not good.
No.
Still got to get some shit figured out. But we did, yeah, another extra point miss. That's another time we left 4 on the board. It seems like
Well-
every week we're leaving 3 or 4 on the fucking board.
On the extra point miss, I kind of looked away and then just looked up and saw Tommy running with the ball. Was that another batted one, or was that
No,
He botched the hold.
That was
He
a
went to put
hold
it down and it
that-
fell.
Okay,
And,
I
and
didn't
then
either.
he got it up. He would have had it up in time, but at that point, Butker had. Oh God, the ball's on the ground, so he stopped.
Yeah, he had
He
stopped.
pulled his
Yeah.
leg back, and so Tommy got up and ran.
I don't know if he would have been on time or not. It would have been close. And if
It
he
would have
had
been really close.
If he had been, like, I don't think the ball would have been set right, and like
No.
it probably would have been a bad
It would
kick.
have been a miss anyway.
I mean, I would say the good news is like it wasn't the actual kicking part.
Yeah, but still, it's the guy who's had issues maybe with holds, not getting another
It's
hold
been
down.
brought up, yeah, that maybe it's
So-
a hold.
Kadarius, man.
Yeah, the Kadarius fumble.
That one hurt.
That
was one of those I was
barely
just
even a
like-
fumble. It looks like he just tried to toss it.
Yeah, it's one of those that I'm almost just like, you know what? The only guy who hasn't let us down back there is Justin Watson. Let's just throw him back there.
Let's just
It looks like Tony's going to be way
I
too
don't-
important for our offense to be back there on special teams. Also,
maybe, but also okay, we've seen Kadarius catch plenty of other punts and be fine. One
Yeah.
muff punt isn't like the end of the world from him. We get a little scared because Sky Moore did it so many times, but also like Sky Moore hadn't really done it that many successful times before he muffed it the one
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? Like,
he
so
got the
here's-
yips on it.
Here's the thing. Somebody needs to sit down with Dave Tobe and they need to show him the data on returning kicks versus just calling the fair catch. Okay? Because returning the kick is almost universally worse. It's almost universally worse idea because of these things, because people they muff the kick or they muff the return
right,
or
just take the fair catch.
yeah, you just take the fair catch.
Yeah, and I feel like we
Yeah.
had
Unless you've got a
definitely did
world-class
after that.
returner back there, a Devin Hester,
The
Tyreek
Hill.
take the fair catch. It's not like our offense can do it. We don't need those extra 10 yards.
say about the offense.
All right, let's move off. Well, again, we got 1 seed with the Bills loss or a tie. If next week the Bills can win and we'll still keep it, but we got to win.
Yeah.
Next week as well.
The Bills lose out, the Chiefs can lose next week.
Yeah.
But they would also need the Bengals.
And
off.
potentially, if the Bills lose and we win, they go to the 3rd seed.
Yes.
So
Yeah, like the
Uh,
2 or 3 seed is not going to be a good position to be in because you're going to have to like whoever that group of 3 of the Chiefs, Bengals, and Bills, whoever's the 2 and 3 seed, they're going to have to go through those other 2 teams.
Yeah.
Where the 1 seed's only going to have to go through one of them.
yeah.
So count me out on having to play against the Bengals and the Bills.
Yeah.
Didn't work out so well last year.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So next game we're talking, let's go Dolphins, Pats. Dolphins losing to the Pats 23-21. Dolphins are now outside looking in.
I mean,
Yeah,
Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know if he got pulled or got hurt in that game.
yeah, they had
not sure.
some. They had their third stringer
Skylar
in.
Thompson, I want to say his name.
Yeah,
from
and they
Kansas
both
State.
had very similar games.
I mean, he was able to get a touchdown there at the end to tighten things up.
He was, but it was kind of too little, too late. Like it was
absolutely.
already within. It was like there was like a
Yeah, the
minute
game
left.
wasn't that
and-
close.
Yeah, no timeouts.
Yeah, you
They-
had to get an onside kick. No time. Yeah.
No.
So, and we all saw that, right? I think we all picked last week the Patriots to win this game,
except for Jason.
except for Sneaky. Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, most people saw this coming. Like one team is trending this way, the other team is
Yeah.
trending that way, and their quarterback was concussed. I don't think we knew Tua was concussed yet last week when we made this. Maybe we did.
We did.
Well, yeah, we did because we did daylight. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's just Dolphins have had control of their destiny all season, and now all of a sudden they need help.
yeah. I mean, come on, man. Win one of these last 5 games. Shit.
I mean,
Like-
now they have to win, and they need the Bills to lose.
Were they
I mean,
not
the Bills
8?
to win?
They were like 8-3 at one point, or
Yeah.
at least 8 and 4.
8-3, they lost 5 straight games.
Yeah, they were in contention for their division. So
They were in first place in their division.
Oh yeah, at
They were
one
ahead-
point
they were
for
ahead
like
of the
a week
Bills
there
at
because they
8-3.
beat the Bills the first
Yep.
time around, and they just completely shat the bed. I mean,
Yeah.
just completely shat
Oh,
the
they
bed.
got the Jets next week.
well, that's another team that's been shit in the bed.
Yeah, that's true too. So
Yeah.
we'll see what those two do against
Yeah.
each other, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna matter. Both of them probably out at this
Yeah, like I
point,
said,
right?
Dolphins' hope is they win and the Patriots lose, and I think that gets them back into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I still think the Dolphins have the best shot for that 7 seed.
Oh, and the Patriots are playing the Bills next week, right?
in Buffalo.
Ew. And the Bills are gonna win. Are trying still. So
But if
Bill-
Yeah, no matter
Dolphins-
what happens tomorrow, the Bills are going to play their starters weeks 18.
Dolphins got to get in, man, or got to win next week, and they could probably get in.
all right, Jade's
But
back,
And does,
so I'll be back.
does Tua even play in the playoffs?
I don't think
he's
they get there.
he has to.
Yeah, I don't think.
You don't not play him. Come on. Mac Jones did okay this week. I think I blamed him last week for the loss, but really that was kind of Stevenson. But he's been okay the last couple weeks now. He's been serviceable.
Yeah.
You know, like he hasn't lost him the games necessarily. And we know he's not going to like be the guy that wins you the games, but he's
Yeah, I mean it was a lot of offense for him to do.
you know, man, he had 200 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. Look at you go, my guy.
Yeah, that's
Oh, and yeah, no, that's about what he had.
did
Okay.
he throw any picks?
No,
Yeah, see that's top level Mac Jones right there.
yeah. I mean, that's all he needs to do though. Just be a game manager.
Yeah, so
That's-
Titans and Jaguars, week 18 game is a winner takes all, boys.
I am so excited. That has to be the fucking primetime game.
Yeah, that
Oh, yeah.
should be.
I mean, it's your
It's a big
only
game.
guarantee
Got it, dude.
of
Yeah.
whoever wins that. Either way, we're getting a playoff team
We're
out of
good.
that matchup.
Because there's no Monday night game, right?
No, they
No, they all play Sunday next
Yeah.
week. No Thursday night. No,
no Saturday
all
bullshit.
Sunday.
Are you sure?
So, yeah.
There's no Saturday? I thought it was.
Maybe we do get Saturday football.
Yeah, I think it's Saturday and Sunday.
I
I
think
don't believe
Rossi
they're
was
Saturday.
talking-
They want to give every team the same amount of rest time for playoffs.
does make sense.
They want to make sure that you and the team you're going against have, it's fair.
Yeah,
Even though after those weeks, it's sometimes not, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, every game's on Sunday.
So
I'm
will they
here for it.
post another
Do that.
another photo of all the Titans players looking all hobbled and in wheelchairs and stuff? 'Cause
well,
that photo was amazing.
I didn't see
I
that.
mean, we should get Derrick Henry
It's pretty good.
and some defensive players back this week for the Titans, but
Dude,
Yeah, I don't know.
I
that,
just- like we talked about last week, I just don't like the prospects of having to go to Clown Town.
No, I mean,
Get the playoffs.
Yeah.
Titans are banged up, man, and they've lost what, 7 straight?
But hey,
Yeah, and who's I can't remember the guy's name they had in at quarterback.
Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs, yeah. I mean, he looked better than Malik Willis.
he did.
I mean, yeah,
Because dude,
They were
Malik
in it.
is-
He's just still throwing some really bad balls.
yeah.
yeah, doesn't look great. Why didn't they have Dobbs from the start? Where's Dobbs from, anyways?
He played college at the University of Tennessee. Was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay, that I do remember.
I want to say
Dobbs
he
there.
also
Yeah.
played. He was also on the Cleveland Browns roster, but that was his first NFL action. I want to say outside of the.
All right.
Bombed around the league for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
He did look more competent out there than Malik Willis, I gotta
Yeah.
say. And Malik Willis like that.
I just feel like there's a lack of trust with Malik Willis.
Well,
It's all
what do
going to
you-
hinge on can you get Derrick Henry moving next week.
They showed that on TV, by the way. The tweet I just sent.
I love
Don't-
that.
You don't have to open the photo because it'll save to your computer.
Yeah,
I thought it would just pop up in the chat.
that's awesome.
I
But
put Taylor Lewan in a damn wheelchair.
I mean, the Jaguars whooped the Texans today, and
Yeah, real
as we
bad.
know, the Texans took care of the Titans. So
Yeah.
it's
So it doesn't
looking-
look good for the Titans.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't look
hasn't,
good.
man. The Titans just haven't looked
And the
good.
Jags
I-
has just been hot lately.
Yeah, the Jags have been
Good-
playing good football.
Good time to be hot too.
I hope their mascot comes out there in a G string again. Though. That would-
Let's do
Yes.
it.
Like he's got to
Come
one
on,
up
for
that, right?
prime time, baby. Prime time.
Prime time, this shit.
Prime time Jags.
Like
man.
that's the new rally monkey.
Yeah,
Prime
That's
time.
the Jaguars
Jags.
rally monkey is the red and white and blue G string.
Like I don't see this game being very close.
I know. And you
It's
want
gonna
to
be
put
a
it in prime
blowout,
time.
but it's
Have
gonna
another
be
prime time
cool.
stinker. Dude, the Titans
You think
got
the
it.
Jaguars are going to smash them.
the
I think
Jaguars
they
handled
should.
business the first time they played, and that was when the Titans were at full strength. So
Yeah.
I think that one
Yeah.
was like
But,
34
I mean,
to.
You
Another
never
team
know.
I would want to see again this year.
You never know with playoff implications, right?
Yeah,
This is
true.
basically a playoff game. So you never know, but the Titans have a little more experience, at least on the player side. I guess on the
Yeah.
coaching side, the Jags have, a
Dougie
pretty
P.
experienced playoff coach. So
Yeah.
all right.
All right, so our last AFC playoff picture game, Steelers stayed alive today, beating
Yeah.
the Ravens.
Hey man, that was a good
lot's
game.
still got to happen for them, doesn't it?
The Patriots and Dolphins losing, I believe, puts the Steelers in that final wild card spot.
And they have to win.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry.
Who are they playing? Cincy?
Oh,
Probably.
probably
Yeah,
because
probably
everybody's ending.
They're playing
Or the
Cleveland.
Browns.
Oh,
The
wow.
Browns. They're playing okay.
That's yeah.
There you
So
go.
they
That's
they
very
have a good
winnable.
shot at
There you go.
doing
Come
their
on.
part of it, and it's not like the Dolphins have been playing well recently,
Yeah.
and the Patriots have a tough matchup. Things could shake out
Oh,
right to get a
dude.
very terrible Pittsburgh team in the
You
playoffs.
could get the Steelers squeaking in there again, backing in just like they did last year. Just
Yeah.
backing in the playoffs. Like,
Mike
Hey.
Mike Tomlin
hey,
does voodoo. I'm pretty sure.
guys,
Hey,
Yeah.
that guy
Could
has
we-
never had a losing season.
could we? He
was able to
hasn't.
avoid it
He
tonight.
hasn't. And
speaking-
probably next week.
Honestly, they probably
Okay.
should have this year. Like any other.
Absolutely, that shows how great of a coach that man is.
Could you see the Chiefs bouncing the Steelers 2 years in a row in the playoff
Oh.
wild card?
Oh, dude, we smashed that team.
Probably.
That's a
but
good first round matchup that I wouldn't be upset about the Chiefs getting.
yeah,
Yeah.
that I would not.
I would
but-
actually like that get right game more than a bye.
Yeah.
Because I think that this team needs to keep playing football. I agree with they need a bye week to get healthy,
Get
but
healthy, yeah. But
shit,
they also need like a figure it the fuck out. I mean, look,
they
we-
need to figure it the
looked like-
fuck out.
we weren't talking like that last week, right? Last week we were like, oh, looks like we figured it out. And then this week we're like, oh no, the Broncos played us tough after the coach got fired and everybody was humiliated. Like I didn't, that's kind of the game I expected. Like,
All right, NFC. Let's go NFC.
NFC, because we covered the AFC.
Start with P's Eagles. Sorry, P, but Saints beating the Eagles 20-10. No Jalen, obviously.
Hey, Pete.
I am so tired of watching Gardner Minshew already. 2 weeks in, and I'm already like, get him the fuck out of here. Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's hurtful.
awful.
It is hurtful.
Okay, look, man. As long as you guys can lock up that 1 seed next week.
If
it's
Jalen
kind of-
plays, I believe we can. But if he doesn't, I am fucking worried. I am fucking worried.
All right, hold on. Look, I want to follow me here.
I'm trying.
Before, all right. You guys needed some adversity as a team. You've been you'd been just, running through people this year. There's 1 or 2 hiccups. That Commanders game and the Colts game was kind of close. But you guys had been doing the thing that I've seen a lot of really good. I've seen a lot of really good Super Bowl losing teams do is have an outstanding regular season. Like they're resting dudes in the last week because they've locked up that number 1 bye. And they take care of it in the playoffs, and then they go to the Super Bowl and they play the team that had to actually that had some adversity throughout the year, right? That had some setbacks, that had to overcome that shit, that had to learn how to play, how to win some close games, and those teams always win.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles were one of those teams when they won the Super Bowl. I mean, they would overcame adversity to get there. But they also were able to rest their starters in the final week, and that
they were.
Great.
Now they set themselves up nicely before they got to that adversity, but they needed that adversity, and they had that with being the underdog in every game. Even being the 1 seed, they're still the underdog because they had a backup at QB who, going into the playoffs, you remember Nick Foles wasn't putting on the strongest.
But he was able to come in there and get us the wins we needed, and Gardner's not. We need 1.
I know.
Hey,
I wanted your Eagles to go through some adversity. I thought you guys were going to be like the 10 Colts, or was it 2009 Colts, right?
Yeah.
That almost could have gone undefeated had they not rest their dudes. I didn't want you to be the 2013 Broncos, right? The 2020 Chiefs. Give it to ourselves. Those teams that have no problem through the regular season. They face a team that, the 2007 Patriots.
Yeah.
Didn't want you to be the 2007. The 2015 Panthers. Didn't want you to be. Did not want you to be them.
I didn't either. I don't either. And
I'm just looking out for you. The 2001 Rams.
I would rather just see Jalen Hurts this week against the Giants. The good news is the Giants locked themselves into their seed. They are in the playoffs. They won that wild card spot. So maybe there's not starters for the Giants because maybe the Giants don't want to play the Eagles in the first round of the playoffs. Well, they wouldn't, because the Eagles would then fall to the fucking wild card as well.
Yeah.
And then that Giants would actually fall down and have to play the Vikings or the 49ers.
So
is anybody scared of playing the Vikings right now?
You should. Dude, the Vikings.
I think the Giants would fall to potentially. Would that put them in the last wild card spot and then put them up against the 49ers maybe?
I thought the Giants were locked in.
They might be. Yeah, because there'd still be the Packers or the winner of Packers, the Lions, Seahawks.
Yeah.
The Giants had a big old fucking donut hole in the middle of their season, didn't they?
Yeah.
I really didn't think they were going to make it.
No.
But they did start 6-1, so that really helps.
Yeah.
It really fucking helps.
Yeah.
Where are we at in this thing?
But yeah, I mean, that was
that
was the Eagles and Saints. The Eagles can lock up everything just by winning next week at the Giants. So
yeah, and hopefully Jalen will be back for that.
Yeah, I'm hopeful Jalen will play. They said they expect to have him available. So
yeah, man.
And hopefully by the time that game rolls around, Kayvon Thibodeau has been picked up on that murder charge. Jesus Christ.
No.
All right.
All right, so next game, Panthers at Bucks Bucks pulled that one out 30-24.
No,
Watch that Twitter link I just sent you on the greatest punt because
that shit was
fine.
crazy.
Oh yeah,
I did not see that until just now.
Yeah, that was a nutty ass punt.
Yeah, but with their win, Tampa is clinched.
and
the
the
South,
Panthers.
so.
Thankfully for all of us football fans, the Panthers are eliminated from the playoffs.
What?
I'm kidding.
We would have, no,
I would have much rather them won and controlled the South, but they would have lost next week, and the Bucks would have backed into the playoffs.
Yeah, see, the Bucks are gonna have to go play a good team in the playoffs, and they're gonna get fucking romped.
I think they can beat the Cowboys.
That punt is insane.
Yeah, the Cowboys don't have a good history.
How did he do that?
Yeah.
Imagine being outran by a punter for him to get that kickoff.
And punters aren't.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
and that
hey,
was
kickers aren't
penalized.
athletes,
Running to
right?
his left, kicks it with his right leg.
Kickers aren't athletes.
Yeah, I mean that is not a legal kick
Ooh.
though.
That's
He
not.
he got penalized for it. Well, they got penalized
Oh.
for illegal man downfield.
So it didn't
actually-
count.
No.
Sometimes the NFL just needs to be like, "Fuck the rule." Right
That was
now.
cool as shit.
It's like
Fuck the
fuck
rule.
those. That was the coolest fucking thing ever. If we don't let that count, we're all jackasses.
Yeah, so you go and get a bunch of guys who are about half the age of the refs now, and you instill, yeah, but that was cool rule.
Yeah. I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think the NFL should we've got the technology now where they can just set up a live poll to be like, all right, go vote in the next like 30 seconds.
Let Twitter vote on whether or not a play is good.
And
Yeah.
fans can just go vote and be like, no, that was so cool.
Speaking of the Bucks, though,
Yeah.
Mike
so-
Evans finally woke the fuck up today. 10
Thanks,
catches, 207 yards, 3 tutties.
Hey,
Yeah, they
there's
did.
our guy.
I mean,
Did
if
the
you
Pan-
watch that, everything that he got was like there was nobody within 5 yards of him.
I was like, did the Panthers
helps.
forget that Mike Evans is kind of good on go routes?
Yeah, he can still play
Yeah, just because
as long as you don't cover him.
Just because he
that
finally didn't have 1,000-yard season doesn't.
dude, that
mean
first
shit.
touchdown of his though, I was impressed by Brady's arm at his age. That was a perfect dime. What 40 yards downfield? Like that was
I
just
don't want to see Brady looking like Brady.
yeah. I was like that was a nice throw.
Oh, let's see. We're gonna put Brady in like a playoff scenario here, right? Type game, which was today. Let's see what he does. 432 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So he hasn't lost it at all,
Hey.
has he?
Another team that was in a playoff type situation, and we got to see what their quarterback does in a playoff type situation.
Oh, and Tom Brady ran a touchdown in, guys. I want you to
Oh,
know
wow.
he also he scored 4 touchdowns today and threw for over 400 yards. So
Attaboy, Tommy.
to help clinch up his division
Fucker.
and did they actually clinch playoffs or
Yeah, they
is-
clinched their division.
So yes, that's what Tom Brady did when he had to have it. Now it was against the Panthers who do kind of suck, but still it's not
They get to play
An
a home
NFL.
playoff game.
so does Tampa Bay just not need to Tampa Bay seeding is locked in then, right?
Yeah,
They do
Yeah.
not need to play starters next
they
week.
are the 4 seed.
So so somebody's gonna have to go and travel to Tampa Bay to play Tom Brady after a bye week, basically for him, right? With
Most likely the
loser-
Cowboys,
Yep.
who
Love it.
have
Never beaten
Cowboys
Tom
have
Brady.
never beaten Tom Brady.
The only team to never beat Tom Brady.
Okay, it's the one time I'd be okay with Tom Brady winning another playoff game. Is like, all right, well, he beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I
Don't
think the
let
Bucks
Brady
can
get
like.
momentum.
I think the Bucks
True.
can beat anybody but I don't know. You never know, right? It's Tom Brady. You can't bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs against
No.
anyone. Like it's
I don't want him.
you don't want him. You don't want
But
him.
you know who I do want in the playoffs as an Eagles fan? The
Who's that
Vikings we
be?
saw today.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that Kirk Cousins did the opposite of Tom Brady.
He did. But here's the thing, man. Those Vikings, 1 week they're up, the next week they're down, the next week they're like you never know what you're gonna get with them, man.
True.
They're a fucking box of chocolate. Like they could come out the next week and blow out a team. Well, they're probably not going to blow out a team, but they could put up 40 points and beat a team by 7, you know, and that could be your team. That could be any team.
True.
That
was
before today. I hadn't really felt anything one way or another about Justin Jefferson, but man, I felt really bad for him today. He just like Jair Alexander called him out
and then locked him down.
and then locked his ass down.
But locked him down so bad he was doing the gritty to fucking J-Jets.
Yeah.
That was weird to see.
They're taunting him on the sidelines and shit.
The guy who had been
Jair Alexander could have gotten flagged 3 different times tonight for taunting.
Yeah.
And Justin Jefferson was just like, he got it. Like
he was
clearly rattled.
Dude, it is really weird to see with a guy who has had the kind of year that Justin Jefferson has had, where it doesn't look like anybody could slow that motherfucker down. And to have Jair Alexander, who's, you know, he's good, but he's not like, I don't know, man.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a damn good corner.
He is a damn good corner, but man,
that performance that he did against Justin Jefferson, thing. That obviously I don't think that
but
Alexander's on this level consistently, but I think that that performance that he had was Revis-esque. From when Revis's prime, whenever he was going up against Randy Moss, Ocho Cinco, he had like a
and he could lock
gauntlet
some
of
of those
dudes
dudes
that
down.
he just locked.
Yeah.
Obviously, Alexander hasn't had the stretch of Revis, but this particular game is just very Revis-esque, where he called the motherfucker out and then went out there and locked him down.
Hey, you gotta give it to him.
Yeah. But yeah, now Packers control their destiny. Something
I didn't. Of course, dude. Who believes that the Lions are going to beat the Packers for a playoff spot next week? Anybody want to raise their hand and say that they believe that the Lions are going to beat the Packers?
I honestly don't. I wouldn't raise my hand in either of those teams.
Yeah, because the Packers are another team that every week could be different.
But they're. Packers are a team. Packers are a team that were one and now are different. Maybe. Right? They were a pretty bad team to start. Well, I guess they started like 3-1, right? And then they just lost a bunch of games.
Yeah.
Like a 5-6 game losing streak, right? And now they've been winning a whole bunch. And they seem like a different team. Yeah. Their defense seems a little different. Their offense seems like it still has some things to figure out, but
the fans wanted Aaron Rodgers benched. And then Aaron Rodgers was like, I don't even need to say relax.
I know, man.
I got
like this. The second Aaron Rodgers feels his job isn't like people are calling for it. He just is like, oh, hold up, you know,
because Aaron fucking Rodgers.
Yeah, they tried to draft a dude and he has 2 back-to-back MVP seasons. It's like, excuse me, and they're like, oh, I guess we got to make you the highest paid quarterback, whatever. You're $50 million a year. And he's like, cool. All right. Are we good? Everybody good? And they're like, sure. And he's like, all right. Oh, shit. Let's go lay an egg week after week. And then people are like, boo. Oh, let's go see what we have in love. We have to see what we have in love. Why are we even doing this? Sit his ass down. And he's like, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Go fuck yourselves.
And it's kind of crazy because when I think about it, like the Lions and the Packers both are teams that I would not bet money on to win a game against anybody. But I also wouldn't bet money against. Like for them to lose against anybody, like they're just 2 unpredictable teams. It seems
the Lions, I feel a little bit more comfortable against betting against because they are the Lions.
It is Detroit.
Yeah,
they have that working against them.
But I mean, even with Detroit needs help. They need the Seahawks to lose. So,
right
to the Rams.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very doable.
We've seen crazier shit happen, so
yeah, Week 18 is gonna be fun.
Yeah, teams love to play spoiler to those other teams in their division. You know, it's all divisional games. That last week, and even when teams are out of it, a lot of times they're going against teams that aren't, and they just love to fuck someone else's year up.
Yeah. Let's move on to our next game. Jets Seahawks. Seahawks won 23-6. Not knocking Jets out of playoffs. So
man.
Gino got his revenge on New York, like we all predicted.
I mean, did we all predict that?
We all put our money on the Seahawks.
Oh, we did. What would make me do that? Probably because
Everybody
the
else.
Jets have been looking kind of terrible.
We've watched the Jets the last 3
Yeah.
weeks.
They get Mike White back, right? But
They did. He didn't look very good
matter.
today.
Yeah, I saw that cat butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Jets, I don't know, man. Doesn't matter who your QB is right now.
Yeah, next year they'll probably have a veteran in their room.
Yeah, I think they're done with the
QB movement.
Yeah. There's somebody to keep an eye on the
Where does-
Garoppolo train,
where does-
I think.
yeah.
He's free.
He could go to either
I
New
think
York.
Derek Carr's the big one to keep an eye on now.
Derek Carr's another one too, but I think he screams Colts to me now. I think you were the one who said that earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Colts
that one
for
makes
sure.
more sense. But
I don't know. I think they're trying to get off that aging veteran train.
Carr to Commanders then.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I
But
could see that,
Hey,
because
the
I think-
Texans are probably going to look for a quarterback.
might also go to the Giants. Nah. Following
'cause
his brother's
I'm really
footsteps.
starting to feel Brady to the Niners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brady and the Niners for sure. Unless they somehow make a magical run right here.
Yeah.
And the Bucks.
No, I still think he's not going to stay in Tampa.
It's like,
No.
let me go win it with a third team. Yeah.
Mm.
What game were we on there? Something?
Oh, we were talked about the Seahawks. Like they if the
Hey,
Packers
hey,
lose and they win, they're in.
And the Seahawks, for a team that had been struggling, like good win. Good win on you, really. Good way to
Favorite.
like kind of
Control it from
pick
start to
things
finish.
up. Maybe before you get into the playoffs, although if you didn't go on such a horrible slide, you wouldn't have had to
Yeah.
worry so much right now.
So of the three, who do you think's the most deserving of those NFC squads?
Whoever makes me.
Yeah, I mean,
They're gonna
it's
show.
tough.
They're
I
gonna
think
show who's most deserving next week.
So
Yeah, I think-
moving on, we have Giants clinching the wild card.
they whooped that ass.
Yeah, man. Good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you, Giants.
Nick Foles got hurt in that game, and it was an ugly moment.
Oh yeah.
We kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, but not too
Avon
much.
Thibodeau doing snow angels 7 inches from the player he just landed on and
Who is like
essentially
shaking?
broke his ribs, who's writhing in pain. Like I said, it looked about 7 inches from him.
And I mean, I get
Yeah.
because like right after those, they
Yeah, and
those
I'm
guys
like-
get their sacks, they go and they do their celebration.
Yeah, it's like he
probably
didn't
wasn't-
see it.
In all fairness,
yeah,
he didn't see.
Probably didn't see
His
it.
teammate who came over, you could assume probably saw Nick Foles right there because he was like looking down like that.
Mhm.
And then he celebrated with him. And then Thibodeau then goes to the bench while Nick Foles is.
Here's
They're calling for the cart for Nick Foles, and he's on the sideline doing the.
my big thing with that play is that it looked like he used all of his body weight to drive Nick Foles into the ground.
Yeah, he definitely
Right,
landed on
the
him.
written rule, right, of you can't use your entire body weight to drive a quarterback into the ground. It's not a rule that I love, but it's a rule that is in place, and it's a rule that we've seen enforced to take away plays at very crucial moments for our team, and we've seen it at other times throughout the league. And now this happens in a situation where it's not one of the times where a guy tries to braces and tries to do the right thing, but yet still gets the fucking flag. There's a time where the guy did not try to brace, where the guy did drive him into the ground, where the guy did hurt the other player, and now you don't throw the flag.
Yeah.
So not only you're inconsistent, but like you're you miss it at the worst possible moment. Like the one time maybe that people would have understand that flag being thrown in this situation. One time people have been like, oh, I guess that's why they don't want them driving the quarterback to the ground with their full body weight. You don't throw the flag. That's all I gotta say about that play.
Yep, I agree.
The guy celebrated. I get they're doing what guys do after they get sacked. Okay, but probably the thing that may not get talked about.
Yep.
Anyways, Giants, good job. All right.
Giants are a playoff team. Commanders are out.
You Giants, a hell of a year. You had a big old donut hole in the middle of it where you lost a bunch of games, but You've really turned around. I mean, if Giants fans like they just wanted to see some progress this year with a new coach, like they just want to see a new coach who can maybe like win them a little more and show that they had some like, but to get to the playoffs, hey,
It's
right?
one of
They-
the
they
better
weren't-
coaching hires in the last 5 years
right?
across the league, in my opinion.
And look what he's done with that team. Like,
Yeah, I think that highly of Brian the Ball. Is that how you pronounce it? Dayball?
Table.
Dable. Yeah, like he's just a very bright offensive mind. So
hey man, he's got something figured out. He's doing that with Daniel Jones. Like,
yeah, Daniel Jones running around out there like a madman today.
and we
Yeah.
all were questioning whether Saquon was for real or not, like, oh,
Yeah.
is he just gonna get injured? Is he what is and hey,
Happy
he's
for him.
back. He's back. Should we go into picks?
Yeah, that pretty much wraps up the NFC playoff picture for this week. Next week, it all comes to a close. I'm excited.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, we are set up
All
for
right,
a
so-
exciting week 18.
Yeah, that's why all these weeks games where I was just like, can we just skip?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Go to
the
week 18?
Panthers Bucks game was the only really important one, right?
That New England Miami one was, but we didn't have
That's
to.
true.
I mean,
That's
they were
true. The New
important, but like
England-
there was not.
True. No, that new
Yeah, it
New
didn't have that
England-
do or die feeling like
Yeah.
next week does.
But
Yeah.
well, the Bucks Panthers was the only one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Yeah, but
like
we
Sam
all knew
said-
in our hearts what was going to happen.
yeah,
We
of
did.
course. Of course.
we did. They went into the fourth quarter, and I was like,
Is
"Oh
that even a game we picked on this one?
no."
Because we all knew
No.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of picks, Sam's so excited because he is king this week.
Hey, I finally did.
So far,
Why don't we just move on?
I
and
can
make the picks and
tie
not talk about
Sam
it?
if the Bills beat the Bengals. I hope I don't. I hope Sam gets 6 right this week.
How many? 6. Whoa. Do we
And-
do 7? Right? That would be almost
did-
man.
Yeah, we all took the Commanders over the Browns.
Oh,
All of us did.
Yeah, every one of
Yikes.
us.
I
Every
didn't
single
know
one.
that Carson Wentz was going to be starting, guys.
I did not
Nobody
either.
Told me. Nobody told me Carson Wentz was going
Me
to be
neither.
I did not pay enough attention.
Yeah, we
So
make the picks a week ahead of time. That's
yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what makes it difficult. So yeah, so like P said, Sam added 5. He's now sitting at 60.
We got there.
Sneaky added 2 for a season low. He's now at 68.
we didn't need the season low part. Thanks.
You didn't need
Ah.
that. Hey, you're still way ahead of me, man. I don't know.
That's true. I added 3. I'm at 62. And
Ooh,
P
gaining.
added 4, and he's at 71. Yeah,
Damn.
let's get into it. So our week 18 games, we've got first one, Lions at Packers.
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 All right.
I would
Thanks.
love to take the Lions, but
Nah. Sneaky.
All right, I got to make up the games, right?
Yeah, you're going
All right,
Lions.
Are we gonna include playoff picks? Are
We'll
we gonna
probably do a
that
different
separate?
bracket for playoffs.
Okay. I'm going Lions then. I got to make
Okay.
up the games.
All right.
all right. So second game, we've got Jets at Dolphins.
I'll
take
This is another one of
Dolphins.
those situations we don't know who's starting at quarterback for the Dolphins.
Mm.
I'll take Dolphins.
Okay. This is one of
It's
the toughest
tough,
picks of the
but-
year.
Is this
for
I'm
me.
taking it just
Are
in
they-
case Tua
Wait,
comes
are
back.
they both eliminated though?
The Jets are eliminated. The Dolphins are
Dolphins
alive.
are not. The Dolphins are alive. Sorry.
Let's move on to the big game of the week: the Titans at the Jaguars. Jaguars for me.
Jaguars.
Jaguars. Oh shit. All right. You know what? I'll take the Jets to be different.
Okay,
Okay,
on
just
the
so we
Jets,
don't just
Dolphins.
have like a bunch of slates where we're just taking all the same.
Why don't you take the Titans too?
I'm not taking the Titans. No, I feel more confident about the Jets than I do the fucking Titans.
Yeah, I mean, give me the Titans.
Fourth game of the week: Giants at Eagles.
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 Who's the quarterback though? We don't know.
Jalen's supposed to be back, right?
They
Mm,
expect him to
definitely.
be available this week. Is what I saw today on CBS.
Lego Eagles. Fly,
Eagles.
Eagle, fly.
I don't think the Giants are even going to be playing that hard.
Yeah.
Pats at Bills. I think if
Patriots.
the Bills lose tomorrow, do they really have anything to play for? Can they regain? Well, I guess we would still have to win, and the Bengals would still have to win next week. So yeah, I'll take Bills.
Yeah. Bills.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the Pats here.
Ooh,
Here,
two Pats,
who'd
two
you say?
Bills. He took the
He's
Pats.
taking the Pats. P is taking the Pats. Sneaky. Jump on the Bills. You're
Are
not
you
trying
really
to be
taking the
mean, Tim.
Pats? Okay, the Bills then.
Browns at Steelers.
I'm gonna go Steelers. I
Yeah, I'll
rode
take
with them this
Steel
week.
City.
I'm gonna yeah. They're in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Yin's gonna win.
All right. So our last one, we got Rams at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I'll take the Seahawks as well.
Seahawks. Yeah.
Yeah, Seahawks.
I have to kind of go to Seahawks, aren't we?
Yeah.
Wait, Tim, I don't okay, I think we've had like one different game, Tim. Okay. I'm too
I'm
bad.
going with my heart. I'm not trying to catch
I know,
anybody 'cause
I'm
I
trying to
can't.
have
catch
one
you.
different game,
trying
and
to
you
catch
are
you.
down 2, Sam. So do you want to
Okay.
change over to the Rams or the Browns?
I would literally have to take
The Giants.
every
You like the
game
Browns
opposite
quarterback.
from Jason. So
Yeah.
I know. That's why you can play safe. I gotta play to catch up to you.
I know. So you take
There's the
the
Titans.
Rams. You could also take the Titans.
The Giants, the Patriots, the Browns, or the Lions. There we go. We put you for
All
the
right.
Lions, the Patriots, and the
Switching
Jets.
it up. Now, I don't believe that the Lions are actually going to win, and I do not believe that the Patriots are actually going to win. I just want to make that clear.
We
but
got
I'm
it, Sam.
Going to
We
pick
get it.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't believe
Get it,
most
guys.
of my picks either.
Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this week, though, boys.
Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
All
hit the
right,
sand
we'll
bell.
see you next week. There's no bell. Why we gotta do
I'm not ringing it. I'm not ringing it. I told you.
Alright,
I
that's
promised, Sam.
It's still the sand bell, though.
Yeah, the sand bell is still in existence.
So we almost
play
had
some games next week.
Cristiano Ronaldo.